Hi all, this is Ashish Kyal here from Wave Strategy Advisors, and welcome again to Elliott Web News Channel, an initiative by Wave Strategy Advisors that helps to understand the market direction. And this is more from the learning perspective. We'll be talking about a lot of subjects on technical analysis like channels. We talked about moving averages, Bollinger Bands, then Elliott Wave, Neo Wave, time cycles, GAN analysis. So this is the channel where every week on Friday I address various different aspects of technical analysis. To some extent, talk about where what is the direction of the market. But as mentioned earlier, I cannot reveal all the levels because those are mentioned in our paid research report, the Financial Wave short-term update. Now, let me quickly start. Nifty had been moving exactly the way as expected, based on two parameters. One is using channels, which is a very important concept, and I place too much of emphasis on channels because it works brilliantly well. And the next concept is again Elliott wave or Neo wave, which is the advanced part of technical analysis. So based on these two methods, we are able to predict the movement right from the short term, medium term, and long term perspective. And markets have been moving exactly as expected over past few weeks as well. And let me share across my screen of chart. Many times I also got a question: which software do I use? I use ME Broker to plot the charts. Apart from that, I also got a lot of inquiries. Where can we plot the chart? So we are coming out with a new website which will be launched next week soon, and on that there will be charting functionalities where you can go on the website wavestrategy.com and plot your own charts across, share it on our discussion forum, and various other things will be launched. So stay tuned, and you will be able to draw your own charts on the website. So let's now move on quickly to the concept of channels. We discussed it before as well, but this is a concept which is very important. And let me show you how well the channels have worked for Nifty over past few weeks or few days. Now, this is the chart of Nifty, which you can see here on my screen. And the red channel is shown. The lower one is providing extremely strong support to the prices, and the above one is providing resistance to the prices. So, in our daily research report, Financial Wave short-term update, when Nifty crossed above 9,218, I very clearly mentioned that for Nifty to move higher, we need a very decisive break and higher high, higher low above the upward sloping channel. So that did not happen, and Nifty reversed exactly on the same day itself. So we have been mentioning about the importance of this channel on a daily basis, and we can clearly see that how the move towards 9218, 9219 was actually a bull trap where majority went long expecting a very strong momentum, and Nifty reversed exactly from there on the same day itself. Similarly, we saw a very big gap down opening, and then Nifty continued to drag down, and then came very close to the channel support. So this was around 9,020. So the expectation was as soon as 9,100, 9,080 level was broken, we were expecting the down move to continue at least towards the channel support, and to wait and watch if 8980 gets taken out, because this is the channel support which has worked very well now. So and you can clearly see we had a gap up opening yesterday, and this gap up opening happened exactly from the support of the channel. So this clearly shows that how important it is for anyone who is actually looking at the markets to understand what are the channels. There was resistance here at this point. Even in fact, the UP election outcome, a very big gap up opening which happened was exactly near the channel. So that is how powerful this simplest technique in technical analysis is. And we can clearly find that there was support here, and again the low was exactly on the support. Also remember, there is going to be a zone of support. It's now never going to be a single support line. So always remember, there is going to be zone of support which has to be broken for downtrend to continue. So as per this channeling method, applying no other technique, even if you want to understand the direction, you can look at this and you can say, okay, break below the recent low is going to be something which is not a good sign from medium term perspective. Whereas on the upside, you now know where the resistance is. So we do not just use an arbitrary channel. We also used Andrew Pitchfork, which actually has a median line, and an equidistant channel from the median line showed in the daily research report. So that also showed very clearly why prices are at a very important juncture when it came down, and why it was at an important level when it went up near the channel resistance. So I might sound very basic here, even if I practice neo wave, but this becomes a very powerful tool for anyone to understand what is the direction of the market, whether the trend is upside. If yes, what are the key levels where you need to where you need not go long. So the resistance of the channels are the areas where you should avoid going long. The support of the channels are the areas where you should wait for a positive bar to form, and as soon as you see a positive opening or a gap up opening, you can go along with the gap as a stop loss. So that is the very simplest and the basic method, but that is one of the most powerful methods that you can use. Based on similar technique, let me share across one of the stock chart, which is Bank of Baroda, from my financial short-term update report. So the reason of sharing this chart is to show you how powerful the techniques are that we apply. So let me share across that screen. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so over there, Bank of Baroda has been a superb stock which has gone up very sharply recently, and you can clearly see why we have been bullish as soon as it went lower. We talked about that Bank of Baroda should form a support near 158, 160 levels from where long positions can be created. So let me share across the daily chart. This is the daily chart of Bank of Baroda mentioned on the report of 22nd of March. And this is the early chart where we have shown an important top is probably formed. Markets are moving in some consolidation phase. And at the bottom, the justification given is very clearly mentioned that any pullback towards 170 will provide a shorting opportunity, whereas a move towards 160 can consider long provided there is a positive bar formation. So with a strong support around 157, 158. So Bank of Baroda, this was published on 22nd. Now let me share across what exactly happened on this stock and how it behaved. So let me share across my software screen again. So you will be able to see how the stock behaved during this phase. So over here, if I say take Bank of Baroda here, and you can see how the stock prices have moved. This was the phase when we mentioned that 158 is going to be very important support. The low formed on this stock was 160.65. Exactly, it came very close to 160 levels mentioned in the report on 22nd itself. It managed to protect that level, showed a pullback, and now we can clearly see how sharp the move on upside has been. Now it has come near close to 170 levels, and we are already seeing some nervous signs. So based on the report which was mentioned on 22nd, the stock behaved exactly within the levels that was mentioned, and you can clearly see how sharp the rise was and how well the 168 level was protected with 150. So if anyone went long near 160, keeping 157 as a stop loss of just 3 rupees, and then the risk reward you can calculate yourself. So the point is, the techniques which I use to come out with that is again something known as channel, Elliott wave, looking at RSI and other indicators, which helped me to stay bullish on stock when even when the majority of the market was moving drastically lower. So in a nutshell, to conclude, markets have bounced back from a very important support around 9,020 mark. I think that level is going to be important. Break of that level is going to be bearish extremely, because then it's going to turn down medium term trend, and we are very closely observing if there is a faster move below 9,020 or not. If not, then yes, we might be again moving higher. The clear wave patterns will be explained in the report. Currently we are probably forming a neutral triangle pattern in the last stages, and over next few days I think we are going to head again towards a very important turning juncture. This time it's going to be a strong trending move. Majority of the times markets have been in a range, but I think a trending move is going to start. Once we again move higher to some extent from here, we can expect reversal. So we will highlight it in our daily research when and where the reversal is going to be expected. So stay tuned and keep looking at wavestrategy.com. We will be coming out with the charting software where you can plot your own charts across the daily, monthly, weekly time frames. Okay, great. Thank you very much, and talk to you again next week, same time. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.